Okay, so Thursday morning update. Well, we have had less chores to do this morning. The barn is empty, minus there is one heifer in there that Chloe was wanting to buy all along. I think I talked about that yesterday. Her name was Sweet Thing. So Sweet Thing is still in the barn. This evening, once it cools off, I've got a couple horses saddled. We'll walk her down, or somebody will, either tonight or tomorrow. We've also got soccer, and Chloe has Girl Scouts tonight, so might not happen tonight, but at some point we'll move her down and put her in with the other replacement heifers. We probably should have planned ahead and went ahead and gave her official calf hood vaccination the other day, but we kind of put it on back burner and had kind of forgot that she was there. As bad as that sounds, but we kind of forgot that Chloe was really wanting to buy her until we were looking at all our records and like, okay, who's all going to town, who's not, and we're like, oh yeah, duh, we gotta pull her off. So we got her. The little heifer calf from our old cow is doing better. I mean, as long as the cow is up and standing still, she will go to the bag and nurse, so that's good. What else? One of Josh's goats, Clippy, is getting very close to kidding out, so we've been watching her close. She has not had any babies yet today, but she is getting close. No new babies in the heifer pen here. That's where I'm actually fixing to head, is to go check on the cows and calves at the lease ground. So after we did chores this morning, Faith and I went to town, did some shopping, just kind of hung out. We haven't done that, just the two of us, in a while. It wasn't very long, but it was nice. And so now, before the kids get home from school off the bus, I'm gonna jump in the feed truck and go check them. Probably this weekend. Well, I may go over there tomorrow with a horse, but probably this weekend. There's a kid from church and friend's kid. He's wanting to maybe ride some horses and do stuff, so I may see if he wants to come help. We may not tag any calves and just have like a few calves that we could go rope and tag. We may do that this weekend. We also have a rodeo coming up, and the only day the kids are going to have time to practice is tomorrow and a little bit before the rodeo on Saturday. So we also have to do that. We might actually get a couple runs of stuff in tonight. The biggest issue is that it's getting dark earlier now, so that's our biggest limiting factor right now. But we'll manage to get some practice in. But I guess with that, let's go check some cows out on the lease ground. Well, we're over here at the littlest lease place. Probably, let's see, I can't remember, not quite half, but several of the kids' cows are over here. Most of all the red ones with pink tags are ours. One of the kids has a red Baldy though, and I think it's Chloe. I think it's Chloe's. But like that one is Josh's, that smaller framed cow that just went in there. Yeah, and that big red one right there that just put her head up, that's Chloe's. That's Chloe's. That's mine. Anyways, that's all stuff that we keep track of. These girls are actually gonna go to another place. I need to get them hauled. They're all not springing heavy yet, but they'll be calving before too long. There's one that's getting kind of springy there, but not quite yet. Getting close. Got a few flies, more than I'd like to see, so whenever I get them caught, we will spray them, because I think with as dry as it is, I think we're gonna have flies a lot longer than we normally do this year. So let's go check the next place. Well, same deal over here. More flies than I'd like. And these guys, well, same as the other ones, got poured with Ultra Boss, but it's time to pour them again because it really only lasts, I mean, it'll last a month, but that's about it. So they're actually past due for getting poured again. I did just spray them a little bit with some stuff as they're standing here, but it's hard to get a good coverage on everybody. And we can't all be cool with some big fogger machine on the back of our truck. Plus that would probably scare the crap out of my cows, but no one's calved yet. Over here, there's a few of those really late screwed up calves still over here that we've got to, they're basically spring calves is what they are. And so we'll pull them off whenever we pull the spring calves and move those cows around and all that fun stuff. So yeah, otherwise everyone looks really good. There's a few thinner ones, like 106 here. She's still pretty thin, but as a herd, they all look pretty good. Several of these girls, we talked about that in an earlier video, are open, and we're still trying to figure out, do we just try to breed our way back out of it? Because I think we could still make money, or do we load them up and ship them to town? I don't know. We got plenty of grass right now. Even with as dry as it is, there's 2 pastures over here that I haven't touched. So I've still got grass. So I'm just letting them get as big as we can, and then we'll decide if we're gonna ship them to town or keep them. There's some of those. There's 2 of those calves right there. Good looking calves. They just were born at the wrong time because of neighbors, bulls, and fence and things of that sort. But that's all good. This kind of things happen. We have remedied that situation, and if you get grumpy about it, well, then you're just a grumpy turd. I was going to show this one cow. There is one that is springing, I mean, hardcore. 300. Where is she at? I will find her. Well, there's several of them that are springing pretty good, but part of her, I think this is her right here. Part of her problem is, yeah, there she is. Look how fat she is. Oh my gosh, look at that. You think you could eat dinner on the top of that. So she's probably not springing any heavier than any of the rest of these. She's just packed on the pounds. All right, well, that's going to be a recap or an update for today, which is Thursday. I was hoping to show you a couple little baby calves, but we should be having some before too long. We don't put the bulls in until 1st of December, so now is when they are due. You know, if they were born or bred that first cycle, right when they came in heat, you know, now is when they're due. So we'll keep waiting.